Hi, I'm Lovinder Gill from Winston-Salem, North Carolina. I graduated with my M.A. and M.F.A. in screenwriting from Hollins University. I'm a screenwriter, a director, and a producer, and I teach film at the North Carolina School of the Arts, School of Filmmaking. Let's get started on another project. Super. Summer, 1969. Exterior, Gaddison House, evening. The sun shines down on a calm summer day. A bicycle lays in the driveway with the rear tire slowly coming to a stop. The screen door swings shut. Adult Jake, voiceover. There are two dates I remember from 1969. The first, interior Gaddison House, living room, evening. Slow motion, low angle shot of a 15-year-old Jake Gaddison as he runs inside to a room full of relatives. Everyone is glued to an old black and white television set on a metal stand. Adult Jake, voiceover. It's July 20th, the day Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin walked on the moon. Jake jumps into a seat beside his father, Jack, 40s. Adult Jake, voiceover. I remember my dad making a big deal out of that day and how we spent almost all of it in front of the television. Jake's mother, Rachel, late 30s, walks in with a tray of iced tea. She leans forward and all the guests take a glass. Adult Jake, voiceover. And Mom indulged us and made sure we ate. It was one of the best days of my life. I'm reading from a script called Lost Stallions, which I wrote as my thesis for my M.F.A. at Hollins University in 2005. The film was shot in May of 2007, starring Mickey Rooney, and should be available soon. I went to Hollins originally in June of 1999 and was the first student to graduate from their M.A. program in Screenwriting and Film Studies. During my time there, I wrote a script called Chicks 101, which I ended up shooting in 2003. I wrote, produced, and directed it as a 35mm film that's 94 minutes long, that is available on DVD now online. Romantic comedy about a guy who teaches a class on how to meet women, but is challenged to hook up with a woman who teaches a class called Feminism in the 21st century, and in doing so realizes a lot about himself and realizes a lot about what love is.
What kind of a Neanderthal are you? Chicks 101?
It's not what you think.
First of all, women are not chicks. Secondly, who the hell are you to pretend that you know anything about women? And thirdly,
look, lady, I don't know who you think you are, but what I am trying to do is teach these men a little bit of confidence in a female-controlled atmosphere.
Well, I don't know what kind of two-bit Romeo crap you're feeding these guys, but you cannot teach people how to fall in love. Well, good.
Good.
Glad we had a chance to clear the air.
Dandy.
That story was originally developed in a class at Hollins called Advanced Screenwriting that I took, which is a class in which you write about 10 pages a week, and everyone in the class reads your script and you read theirs, and you get a lot of feedback, and then you go back and you write the next 10 pages. So over my first summer there were 6 weeks of classes and I wrote 60 pages of the script. And then I took an independent study with the faculty member who was teaching my class in the fall term, so I would basically email him drafts of the script, and by December I'd finished the first draft. And that script actually got me my first agent and also led to a couple of writing assignments. I do remember during the advanced screenwriting class, one of the difficulties I had with Chicks 101 was I wanted the story to go one way, and as the characters got more developed, it seemed like they kept pulling the story in a different direction. And I really didn't want the script to kind of go where the characters seemed to be pulling it, and I had a split mind as to what was going on. And I remember very specifically getting feedback from everyone in class and the teacher, basically saying, let it go where it wants to go. Just give it a shot and trust in it. And so I went home, went back to my apartment where I was staying that summer, and I just sat down and let it go and let everything hang out.
The guy there in the red?
Yeah.
Let's watch him. All right, so he sees somebody, and he goes in. Bad approach. But see, he had something funny to say to break the ice, so that was good. Time.
What?
Crash and burn. Ugh. Get out, man.
What?
Get
Why?
out.
Well, what happened? The things were going so well.
One of the things that really came out of that class for me was if you let one person read your script and give you notes, the two of you may have a difference of opinion. If you let 8 or 9 people read your scripts and they all agree on one thing and you disagree, well, they're right and you're wrong. And initially, before you go to graduate school and start writing at that level, if somebody gives you notes, you start making all kinds of changes, and somebody else gives you different notes and you make more changes, and before you know it, your script becomes just this amalgamation of different ideas and concepts. But when you have multiple people who are very serious about screenwriting read your script and give you the same note, it's very clear that you're wrong and they're right, and those are the notes you have to take. The other ones can, are just a difference of opinion.